Welcome everyone. I'd like to welcome unbeaten heavyweight fighter Dave the White Rhino Allen. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem, mate. My pleasure. So I'm happy to see you're out in September in Doncaster. Is that right?
Yeah. September the 5th at Doncaster Down.
Brilliant, mate. Well, it's great to see because you first came to my attention about when you were with Team Fury, because obviously they get quite a lot of exposure, and you were with them, and then I saw and then you had your fight with Larry Olabamwe, and then I saw an interview a few months ago with Ingram, and it was you said you were having some promotional issues and things like that, and you haven't been in the ring for nearly a year. So I just wanted to get you on and talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, mate, because obviously Peter spoke very highly of you, and it's always nice to see new talent coming through. Sort of, if you could tell us a little bit why such a long layoff.
Yeah. I mean, by the time September comes, it'll be 15 months since my last fight. It's a year ago since my last fight this week. I had a few problems with my old manager. Not personal issues, just me and Dennis still got on really well, but it just wasn't working. And finally, we agreed that moving to with Steffi Ball Promotions, was the best move for myself. And luckily, Dennis is a good man, and he said, "I just want to see you get on, whether it's with me or someone else." So,
oh, that's cool.
It'll be nice to get back in the ring, because 15 months is a long time out.
Yeah. So what was it? You just you had different ideas or something like that? Like, it's good to hear he's letting you get on.
Yeah, we've always got on really. Me and Dennis have got on really well. When I turned professional, I was only 20 years old. It was like a father figure to me to go and see him regularly. But we just had, I think, just different ideas on a few things, and I think it's best to move on when it gets like that.
Yeah. We're talking about moving on. So you say with Steffi Ball Promotions now, how's that going? Well, you've got a fight lined up, so seems to be moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I've known Steffi since I was a young kid as a friend of my dad. So
oh right, okay.
I think it'd be a good move. It'd keep me busy and about fighting. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and you training? I know you've been down the gym today. Where are you? Because you were with. Are you training in Doncaster? Are you? Or Yorkshire?
I train with Mick Marsden in Leeds, who used to train Stewie Hall.
Okay, cool.
I go down to Doncaster and do a bit with Steffi and the lads there. Do a bit of training with my dad, and I spend a lot of time sparring away. I'm here, there, and everywhere sparring. So just keep myself busy here, there, and everywhere, really.
Yeah, and well, you've been out to Klitschko and stuff like that. So you've been you've seen the best in the world pretty much, and Tyson Fury and things like that. So for them to have you around, you must be like, I haven't seen you fight that much, to be honest. Like, you're only 7 fights in. I saw the fight with Larry, but yeah, that's why it's quite good to hear you back. And when I heard that you had promotional issues, you must think you can go quite far. It sounds like you can, anyway.
Yeah, the last year, I mean, I've not fought, so a lot of people might have thought like it's been a wasted year, but in the last year alone, I've sparred with Klitschko, Tyson Fury, Eddie Chambers, Hughie Fury, Anthony Joshua, Joe Joyce, Fraser Clark. I've sparred probably 10 of the best heavyweights in the world, so it's not been a wasted year at all. It's just been a frustrating year not being in the ring, but outside of the ring, I've sparred 10 of the best heavyweights in the world. I've learned a lot. I've got a lot better, and I've only just turned 23 years old, so there's no rush. Yeah,
exactly. I think people forget that. I think because when people are naturally big, they look older. So, but brilliant. Like, talking about, so you're back in the gym. Like, how's your and you say you've been sparring. How is your fitness?
My fitness is good. I was up in Inverness 2 weeks ago. I did a week sparring with Gary Cornish.
Oh, cool.
I'm not super fit. I'm not in the right shape to be fighting in the ring competitively. But I'm always boxing fit because I'm always doing something boxing related. People say that I'm not fit, but you know, in the past I've not been the greatest runner with my diet, but you know, as far as boxing goes, there is something boxing related every day.
Yeah.
You know, I love to box, so.
Is that one of the things with your training? Because when I've trained, I'm not on your level, of course, but you know, running and things like that can be quite boring. But whereas you know, you want to just be something using your hands or learning about the game.
Yeah, my dedication has been questioned in the past. But when I went to the Team Fury camp, you know, I did 8 weeks there, and I think if you can last 8 weeks there, I don't think your dedication and love for the sport can be questioned, because that's 8 of the hardest weeks anyone will ever have in their life. So it's about getting up for things, you know. Now I'm getting better fights and opponents. It gives me that drive to want to train, because fighting these European opponents over 4 rounds, you know, it wasn't doing a lot for me, and I thought I could just take them out in one shot. So
yeah, it's hard to get yourself up for it.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Cool. Well, who do you know? Do you have any idea who you're going to be fighting in September?
It's going to be a British opponent anyway. I think we're 95% sure on that. So you know, we've got a fight in September, fight in November, then hopefully next year we'll be kicking on then.
Yeah.
I'll be 24 in March next year, and you know, I'm watching all these good fighters, Anthony Joshua, Dillian. They're all getting on now. They're all really kicking on to British level and beyond. So that's where I want to be. I've got some catching up to do.
Brilliant, mate. Well, it's good to hear. Well, you've left yourself. Obviously, you've had a bit of time out, so you've got a good bit of time to prepare for your next fight. It sounds like you learnt a lot, so that sounds pretty good. What were you talking about there about how you're watching other people and you aspire to start doing things like them? You know, how far do you think you can go in the sport, Dave?
I think a lot of people in the know have said, you know, you can the line that's often used towards myself is, you can go as far as you want to go. You know, I've sparred these big names, and before I sparred them, I thought I was nowhere near the level. And you spar them, and you realise only human after all.
Okay.
And my main aim is to win a British title. You know, that's since I first put a pair of gloves on, that's been the dream. So that is the first aim. But it's one fight at a time. But the British title is the main aim, and then wherever after that, you know, that's a bonus. But I definitely think it's attainable. Yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, it sounds good. It's good to see like the heavyweight division as well. It's good to see you want people in there who are ambitious and want to win these belts. So it's good to hear. It's good for the for what's been a redundant division for a long time. And what's your talking of that? What do you think of the heavyweight division? You think it's getting better?
Yeah, I think on the world stage, you know, it's not as exciting as years gone by, but it's definitely getting there. I mean, when Klitschko leaves, you've got Tyson, Wilder, Povetkin's looking really good now, and obviously Joshua's coming in. On the base of the other night, you've got to say he's going to give anyone a difficult night. But in terms of Britain, it looks set right now. Anthony, Dillian White, Tyson, Price, Chisora, you know, it's a great bunch of names there.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
And, you know, I'd like in the next 18 months, 2 years, you know, I'd like to be amongst them.
Yeah. So you're really going for it then with your career. You're not after a bit of time off. It sounds like it anyway. It sounds like you just said there. You know, you want to fight these people.
Yeah, of course. I've got to be. I've got to be sensible about it. I mean, all them names are way above me. You know, and I'm coming back in a 4-rounder and then a steady 6-rounder. You know, I'm not calling any names out or anything like that. You know, I've got a desire. You know, I've got desire to be at the top of the game. You know, I think if you don't want to be that, either get out of the sport or get out of the sport what you can get. But you know, I want to win titles and make a name for myself. So I'm not saying that's tomorrow, but you know, it's definitely achievable, and I'll be doing my best with the team around me to do that.
All right, brilliant. Well, good stuff. Well, finally, one thing I did want to talk to you about. Did you get offered a fight with Audley Harrison? Obviously, he's retired now. but there was talk about.
Yeah, I got the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened there? Did you not want it, or did?
No, at the time I was working as a supply teacher.
Oh right. Okay.
I was teaching maths actually. I'm not sure how that came about because I'm not very good at maths. But yeah, I've not even got a GCSE in the subject, but that's another story altogether. But I was stood at the front of the class and I felt my phone vibrating, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look. I looked at it and it was a text. It was an offer to fight Audley Harrison. So at the end of the lesson, I went outside. I made the call and I accepted it, and I thought it was all good to go. I was training for it for about a week, and then I got the call saying that Audley had come down with a bout of the flu and it was off.
Right.
So, that was upsetting. I'm not saying it was an easy fight. I think I'd have had a really difficult night. Audley Harrison, he's a really good fighter. So I think it'd been a hard night, but, it was on the Bellew Cleverly pay-per-view on the card. I was really looking forward to it. I was up for it. I was training hard for it, and it didn't come off. But I really got up for it, and that week I trained really hard. And I knew that's when I knew if I got a big fight, I'd get up for it, and I trained really hard. So it was a shame, but it may be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Well, yeah. It would have been good because there's sort of being on quite a big platform with Sky Sports would have been good, but at the moment there's a lot going on. You've got Channel 5 and ITV. You're hoping, it seems like there's more of a chance for fighters like yourself to get some exposure. Yeah,
I just need to be patient, and on these non-televised shows in Doncaster, the good shows. I've been to a lot of the shows, and the really good shows. He puts them on really well. There's a lot of people there, not televised, but they're really good shows, good atmosphere, and I've got to really learn my trade, and I've only had 10 amateur fights and 7 professional fights, and a lot of them weren't really fights. I've bowled a lot of people out in the amateurs and the pros, so I need to learn my trade and get the experience. That's what we're looking to do in the next year, 18 months, really. Just learn my trade outside the ring as well as in it. So, I'm really excited about the future now. So everything's sorted. There's no excuses, and we've put together a good plan, and hopefully I can do everything that all these people have said I can do in the past. A lot of people said I can achieve big things, so it's time to do that.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Good to hear. I can hear in your voice. You sound up for it. I watched the interview with Ingram on Bayloric, which was it's very entertaining. But you didn't sound like you were that up for it. Which was I was a bit like, oh no, it's another good young fighter. But brilliant, mate. Well, thanks so much for your time, mate. It's been nice to talk to you. I look forward to who the opponent's going to be and find out. Nice to see you back in the ring. And what we'll do, we'll get you on when all that information's out there and it's a little bit nearer your fight, mate, if you like.
Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you.